Every second of your life, a 3-pound mass of gray matter is hallucinating your reality. Your brain doesn't see the world. It interprets it through electrical signals sent across 86 billion neurons. It is the most complex biological supercomputer in the known universe. But even the most advanced systems have bugs. What happens when the code breaks? What happens when your brain decides that your mother is an imposter, or that your dead arm is still screaming in pain? Today, we are diving into the darkest corners of neurology to explore 5 terrifying glitches that prove your reality is far more fragile than you think. Welcome to the Interesting Fact Lab. We begin with a nightmare that has no end. Most of us view sleep as a choice or a luxury, but for a handful of families worldwide, sleep is a biological impossibility. This is fatal familial insomnia, or FFI. FFI is a rare genetic prion disease. At its core, it is a misfolding of proteins in the brain. These rogue proteins, called prions, begin to congregate in the thalamus, the brain's switchboard. The thalamus is responsible for regulating your consciousness and, most importantly, transitioning your body into deep sleep. In a patient with FFI, the thalamus is slowly eaten away. Imagine a computer where the off button has been physically removed, but the processor is running at 100% heat. It usually starts in midlife. A person might notice a slight difficulty falling asleep. Then, the insomnia becomes total. No pills, no medication, no amount of exhaustion can force the brain into the restorative stages of sleep. Without sleep, the human body begins to disintegrate. The sympathetic nervous system stays in a state of high alert. Blood pressure spikes. Heart rates remain at marathon levels for months on end. By month 6, the patient enters a state of dreaming while awake. They experience vivid hallucinations as their REM cycle tries to force its way into their waking life. By the end, the patient loses the ability to walk, speak, and eventually think. They are trapped in a biological purgatory, exhausted beyond human comprehension, yet physically unable to close their eyes and drift away. It is 100% fatal. It is the only disease that proves sleep isn't just a rest. It is a fundamental requirement of the operating system called life. When that code is corrupted, the system simply burns out. Imagine losing a hand in an accident. The wound heals, the stitches come out. But every night, you feel your non-existent fingers clenching into a fist so tight, it feels like the bones are breaking. This is the reality of phantom limb pain. For decades, doctors thought this was a psychological issue, grief for a lost limb. We now know it's a hardware error. Your brain contains a map of your body called the somatosensory homunculus. Every part of your skin has a corresponding territory in the brain. When a limb is removed, the territory in the brain doesn't disappear. It becomes a vacant lot. In a desperate attempt to stay relevant, the neighboring territories in the brain begin to invade the empty space. For example, the area of the brain that controls the face is right next to the area that controls the hand. In some amputees, when you touch their cheek, they feel a sensation in their ghost hand. But the real horror is the pain. Because the brain is sending signals to a hand that isn't there, it never receives a signal received confirmation back. This creates a feedback loop. The brain panics, thinking something is wrong, and screams at the body in the only language it knows: pain. Renowned neuroscientist V.S. Ramachandran discovered a glitch to fix this glitch. The mirror box. By placing a mirror between the patient's arms and having them move their healthy hand, the brain is tricked into seeing the phantom limb moving and relaxing. Only by hacking the visual system can we quiet the screaming ghost in the nerves. It is proof that our physical pain is often just a calculation error in a map that no longer matches the terrain. Imagine coming home today, Your partner greets you at the door. They look like your partner. They sound like your partner. They have the same memories as your partner. But as you look at them, a cold, sickening realization hits you. This is not them. You become convinced that an identical imposter has replaced the person you love. This is Capgras Syndrome, often called the Imposter Delusion. To understand this glitch, we have to look at how the brain processes faces. Usually, when you see a familiar face, two things happen simultaneously. First, the fusiform face area identifies the features: eyes, nose, mouth. Yes, that is my mother. Second, the signal travels to the amygdala, the brain's emotional center, to trigger an emotional glow of familiarity. In Capgras patients, the wire between the visual recognition and the emotional response is severed. They see the face and recognize it intellectually, but they feel absolutely nothing. The human brain is a machine that hates contradictions. It tries to solve the puzzle. If this looks like my mother, but I feel no love or warmth, then it cannot be her. It must be a replica, an alien, a robot. This syndrome turns the victim's world into a psychological thriller. They are surrounded by actors and decoys. It is a terrifying reminder that our relationships are not built on what we see, but on the hidden electrical sparks of emotion that fire behind our eyes. Without that emotional handshake, the people closest to us become total strangers. While Capgras is a failure of emotion, Prosopagnosia is a failure of data. Also known as face blindness, this condition affects nearly 1 in 50 people, including famous figures like Brad Pitt. For someone with severe prosopagnosia, faces are not seen as a whole. They see eyes, a nose, and a mouth, but the brain cannot fuse them into a recognizable identity. Imagine looking at a pile of rocks. You can see the individual rocks, but 10 minutes later, you couldn't pick those specific rocks out of a different pile. That is how a face-blind person sees humanity. The glitch lies in the fusiform gyrus. In most people, this area is highly specialized for holistic processing. We don't look at eyes and then a nose. We see the face. When this area is damaged or fails to develop, the world becomes a terrifying sea of anonymous bodies. Prosopagnosics develop incredible patches for their broken code. They recognize their children by the sound of their voice. They recognize their spouses by their gait or a specific mole on their neck. Some even fail to recognize themselves in mirrors or photographs. Think about the social implications. Every party is a room full of strangers. Every movie is impossible to follow because all the actors look the same. It is a quiet, isolating glitch that reveals how much of our social software is dedicated to a single, specific task: identifying the geometry of a human face. We often complain about forgetting things. We wish we had a photographic memory. But for those with hyperthymesia, or superior autobiographical memory, the inability to forget is a heavy, inescapable burden. There are only a few dozen confirmed cases in the world. These individuals can pick any random date from the last 20 years, say October 14th, 2007, and tell you what day of the week it was, what the weather was like, what they ate for breakfast, and exactly how they felt. Most of us have a garbage collection system in our brains. We forget the mundane details of life so we can focus on what matters. This is a feature, not a bug. In hyperthymesia, that delete button is broken. Every argument, every heartbreak, every moment of embarrassment is preserved in high definition. If you have a bad day today, it will eventually fade into a dull blur. But for a person with hyperthymesia, when they remember a trauma from 10 years ago, they experience the exact same physiological response, the same racing heart, the same tears, as if it were happening right now. Their minds are a library where every book is always open. They are trapped in a perpetual present, where the past never stays in the past. It turns the human experience into a data storage nightmare. It proves that the secret to a healthy mind isn't how much we can remember, it's how much we are able to let go. What do these glitches tell us about the interesting fact lab of our own minds? They tell us that reality is a fragile consensus. Your sense of self, your love for your family, your ability to sleep, and even your perception of your own limbs are all just the results of delicate electrical balances. We are one misfolded protein, one severed neural pathway, or one broken delete button away from a completely different version of existence. Your brain isn't showing you the world as it is. It's showing you a version of the world that it thinks will help you survive. And sometimes, that version is a lie. If you found these glitches fascinating, or if you've ever experienced a glitch of your own, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the science of the unexplained. Until next time, keep questioning what you see, because your brain might just be making it all up.